So there's a list on Facebook that is going viral, and it's basically 30 places that women refuse to go to for a first date. Now, although I do agree, you should not be going to the gym or a family function for a first date, but what is wrong with Applebee's? Now listen, I am a 2 for 20 or 2 for 25 type of girl. I am a fan of Applebee's. And as a matter of fact, a lot of my dates start at Applebee's. So ladies, I think we need to cut these men a little bit more slack. It is okay to go to these restaurants on a first date because it is an icebreaker. If the conversation is good, if the vibe is good, the dates would be better. But why would a man want to spend a lot of money if the conversation may be dry, there's no chemistry, and you are a catfish? I'd rather be embarrassed at an Applebee's than a 5-star restaurant. So ladies, here's my advice. Don't go chasing waterfalls. Stick to the rivers, the lakes, and the Cheesecake Factory, Applebee's, Fridays, and the Chili's that you are used to. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Today's date is Monday, October the 2nd, and the local time right now at Atlanta Airport is 6 a.m. on the dot. So very quickly, guys, I had a day off. Well, came from a 4-day, had 1 day off. I've been doing a lot of 4 days of working, 1 day off in between, and I am not liking it. Fortunately, this is my last 4-day before I have a series of days off. So let me tell you where I am going. I'm going from Atlanta to airport code DEN, which is Denver, Colorado. And then Denver, Colorado to airport code CVG, which is Cincinnati, Ohio. Now, when I get to Cincinnati, Ohio this morning, I do have a 15-hour and 56-minute layover. Day 2, because this is a 4-day. And I really did try to get rid of this trip, but that's a whole nother story. Cincinnati to Atlanta, and then Atlanta to airport code MCO, which is Orlando, Florida. And then Orlando, Florida to airport code BNA, which is Nashville, Tennessee. And then Nashville back to Orlando. Now, when I get to Orlando for day 2, I have a 15-hour and 38-minute layover. Day 3, very long legs for day 3. It is Orlando to airport code PHX, which is Phoenix, Arizona. So I'm doing a turn. Orlando to Phoenix, and then Phoenix coming back to Orlando. For day 3, when I get back to Orlando, I have a 13-hour and 49-minute layover. And then day 4, Orlando to Atlanta, and then Atlanta to airport code BUF, which is Buffalo, New York, and then Buffalo to Atlanta. So that's what we call it, the victory lap, where you do a turn on your last day. And let me give you the specs for this trip. The time away from base is exactly 87 hours. Credit hours for this trip, 28 hours and 20 minutes. This is a very high 4-day. Once again, I tried to get rid of it. Nobody wanted the trip. I did not put any money on it, but for this 4-day pairing, I am the Kelly Rowland. I did meet the Beyonce on the train. I am the most junior out of this whole crew. So we're going to see how this trip is going to go this morning. My report time is 6:03 a.m. I am near the gate. I got 10 minutes to get there. Let me see, what time is it now? Yeah, 6:02. So that is what's going on this morning, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm giving that Yes Girl wig a try again, the new one. So yeah, right now I like it. It's full, it's beautiful. The loose curls are just flowing, or the loose waves, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, this is October the 1st, so it is, no, October the 2nd. Ooh, oh my gosh. Yes, October the 2nd, Breast Cancer Awareness Month. I was trying to find some pink. I don't have any pink. I think we're giving out the pink lanyards. You see my lanyard is blue. I need to get a pink scarf. Pink scarf is in Denver. I really need to go get that suitcase. Yeah, it's been over a year, so I need to do it. I just never have the time. And the way these flights are looking, I would have to go from Atlanta to Denver, get the suitcase, take it to Phoenix, Phoenix to Atlanta. That is like a whole 3 or 4 days for me. Let me head to my gate. We are all the way E31. I've never been this far down when it comes to E. Maybe I have, I don't know. But ladies and gentlemen, first leg is Denver. We are supposed to be on the new A321 Neo. So this is the aircraft, 240 passengers max capacity, 41 rows of seats. Let's see how it goes, ladies and gentlemen. I'll see you a little bit later. Good morning. All right, guys, we are in Denver. It is 8:42 a.m., 2 hours and 40 minutes coming from Atlanta. This is the newer A321. Oversold, right? Something must have happened at TSA because we had quite a few seats open. This is oversold going to Cincinnati. Not sure the flight time, don't know the loads, but I'll see you in Cincinnati. Remember, in Denver, they clean. Good morning. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I am heading out to have dinner with my crew. Let's see how this turns out. Ladies and gentlemen, today's date is Tuesday, October the 3rd, and the local time right now in Cincinnati is 5:43 a.m. I have a 6 a.m. van time this morning, and it's 4 legs today. Cincinnati to Atlanta, Atlanta to Orlando, Orlando to Nashville, and then Nashville back to Orlando. And when I get to Orlando, I have a 15-hour and some change layover. And my last flight yesterday, Denver to Cincinnati, 2 hours and 20 minutes, oversold flight, had about a few seats open. So when I finally got into my room, guys, I took a little nap, and me and the crew, we decided to go have dinner. It was a very fun time. You know, the Beyonce of this pairing, she paid for all of our meals. I could not believe it. I mean, I ordered something very basic, but they were drinking. So I'm like, wow, she got the coin. And that is what I aspire to be. She is the most senior, well, she's senior to me, but that just goes to show you, she said, I enjoy you guys as a crew, a very good crew at that. And she was like, I got the bill. So it's a brand new day, day 2 or day 4. We are going to be at the airport very early. I'm going to try to get something to drink, something to eat, head to my gate. But this is my look this morning for these 4 legs. Y'all know I don't do too many flights a day, but these are shorter flights, so I'm gonna have to just go with the punches. 4 times we are boarding and deplaning, so let's see how this day goes for day 2. But ladies and gentlemen, I will be with you if I can much later. Good morning. Okay guys, I am back in Atlanta. It's 9:16 a.m. It was an hour and 10 minutes coming from Cincinnati. We are on the newer A321. So once again, okay, 240 passengers max capacity, 41 rows of seats. All right, so we have a little ground time. Our next flight is going to Orlando, and then, you know, Nashville, coming back to Orlando. So I don't really have much time to get nothing to eat, but I had my Starbucks drink. Even though they messed up my order, they put pineapple instead of lemonade, so I really don't like the mix, but I'm sipping on it because it has caffeine, okay? Pretty empty flight. We had about 85 passengers, so that's a very light load. I think it's a light load going to Orlando, and I think the last flight is oversold, so we'll see how this day goes, but that is what's going on. I'm about to head back on the aircraft. I used the restroom, that's all I wanted to do this morning. I should say that. See you guys in, where am I going? Oh, Orlando. Good morning. All right, guys, in Orlando, 12:05 p.m. It was an hour coming from Atlanta. This is leg 3 of 4, heading to Nashville. It was about 3/4 full coming from Atlanta. Ooh, I'm sorry, I'm hot. It is always hot out here in Orlando. The captain wants to give a brief, so I'll see you in Orlando. No, Nashville, yes. All right, guys, we are in Nashville, Tennessee. It is 2:09 p.m. What was the flight time from Orlando? It's a blank. It was hour and 36 minutes. Now going back, it's probably the same. Light load, about 105 passengers. Again, this holds 240. The next flight going to Orlando is oversold. Not sure of those numbers, ladies and gentlemen, but we will be boarding in a few minutes. So I'm just going to get myself together here with this wig and my look. And if I can, I'll come back to you when I land in Orlando. If not, we'll talk in the morning. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Today's date is Wednesday, October the 4th, and the local time right now at MCO Airport, okay, 9:50 a.m. So we just got dropped off by the shuttle. Our report time at the gate is 10:10 a.m. So we stopped and got something to eat. I just spent, $20 on Firehouse subs. Guys, today is day 3 of my 4-day trip. Very, very long legs. It is Orlando to Phoenix, and then Phoenix to back here to Orlando, where I will have another layover. So yesterday, guys, my last flight was, let's see, where did I come from yesterday? Oh, Nashville back to Orlando. It was an hour and 20 minutes. Was it an hour and 20? Yeah, hour and 20. But anyways, guys, I am getting ready to head to my gate. I was waiting for my coworkers. You guys are going to the gate? Okay. Yeah, I'm going to head to my gate right now. I got to get through security and all that. But yeah, very long day. I got my food. I got my Starbucks drink from yesterday. So let me get on this aircraft and do what I got to do. And if I can, we'll talk later. Yeah, we're on an A321. So I'll talk to you guys later. All right, guys. We are in Phoenix, Arizona. It is 1:20 p.m. It was 4 hours and 20 minutes coming from Orlando. Pretty challenging flight for me. There was a lot that happened. Just a lot, guys. It's really hard for me to explain. I'm not really happy right now, but we're heading back to Orlando. Last flight was oversold. This one is also oversold as well. So it's another flight, another experience. Hopefully it gets better. But I wish I could stay here, but I can't. But I'll be with you when I get back to Orlando. Good afternoon.
The next day.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Today's date is Thursday, October the 5th. Local time right now in Orlando is, what time is it? Oh, 10:15 a.m. Ooh, ladies and gentlemen, this is day 4, go home day. I got 3 legs. Orlando to Atlanta, Atlanta to Buffalo, New York, and Buffalo, New York, back to Atlanta. This is going to be a long day for me. But today is not as long as a day, but I just cannot wait to get back home. Now, guys, yesterday was a pretty rough day for the whole entire crew. Our first flight was terrible. I'll just be honest with you. There were so many issues with boarding and a lot of things. I have to make reports, of course. I do not like writing reports, but I must do that. Now, my second flight, Phoenix to Orlando, it was 3 hours and 32 minutes. Every flight yesterday was oversold, but we managed to have a few open seats. And I got into this room, and guys, I tried to go to bed because I'm not feeling good. Now I know why. The Beyonce, she was sniffling, she was coughing, her nose was running, and she said, I'm not feeling so well. Well, guess what? Deann is not feeling so well. I am starting to feel myself getting sick, and it was because of me being around her. I do not know if they're bringing the mask mandate back, but guys, with my job, I can't afford to be sick. Well, actually, anyone's job, right? It's just for us. Calling in and getting sick, you get penalized. And what I mean by that is I do have sick time, but if I use any of that, I still will assess points. And with my airline, 8 points and you are out of here. Okay, job over. Deann has no points, but I tried not to do that unless it's to the case where I just don't feel well and I know I will not be any use for anybody, right? But right now I'm feeling fine. But you know how your nose is running and you start to feel like that? That is what I'm feeling right now. So I just want to get through this day and get to Atlanta. But we are taking a 10:30 van. We need to be at the gate by 11:13 a.m. What I plan to do is to wrap up everything here, go downstairs, meet my crew, get to the airport. I might make a mobile order at Starbucks, okay? I might pick up something to eat because I'm going to get to Atlanta after 8 p.m. So it's going to be a semi-long day for us. Now, one of my crew members, he got some really bad news. It was a death in the family. So yesterday was a really bad day for all of us. I mean, all around we were crying. The only highlight of my trip yesterday, the first flight, okay, because that's the flight I don't like, is I got to hold a very beautiful little girl. She had to be about 2 months old. And y'all, I don't have no kids. I don't desire to be a mom, right? It feels good to hold someone's baby and give them back. I held her and she is asleep. She was searching for my flotation device. Deann does not produce any type of cream or milk. I found it so very interesting that she did that. She heard my heartbeat. Babies are so very precious. I mean, it just reminds me of how innocent a child is. And yeah, I really enjoyed that. That was the only highlight on that first flight. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, I need to head downstairs. I'm going to finish wrapping everything up here. I know I am on an A321. There's been some changes to this crew, so let's see how this goes. I will talk to you later. Good morning. All right, guys, in Atlanta, it is, 2:15. It was an hour and 12 minutes coming from Orlando. Right, 2 more legs, heading to Buffalo. It was a very light flight. Hold on, the fan. See that Beyonce fan right there? Okay, so we are on an A321neo, all right? 240 passengers max capacity, 41 rows of seats. We had about 80 passengers. Very, very light load, very shocked. Anytime we are heading to Atlanta from Orlando, typically it's oversold. So this was gonna be a light load going to Buffalo. My first time doing this flight. I tried to avoid New York, but hey, here I am. So we'll see you in Buffalo, baby. All right, guys, we are in Buffalo, New York, 5:39 p.m., hour and 50 coming from Atlanta. Now we're heading back to Atlanta. A pretty light flight, about a little over halfway full. Yeah, let's see, this is what, how many passengers? 240? Yeah, a little over halfway full. But anyways, it's my last leg of the day. This is going to be the longest flight. Possibly there's some weather coming in. I don't know, going towards Atlanta. It was really, really bumpy. It's a fuller flight, so we'll see how this goes. But the first flight was good. This is the last flight heading to Atlanta. I'll see you later.